Welcome to Love Dogs. You know, if you've ever woken up with a furry head on your pillow or a warm body curled up at your feet, you already know that comfort is very, very real. But what's actually happening on a scientific level? Well, today we're going to dig into the surprising truth about what happens to both you and your dog when you share a bed. And trust me, the answer is so much deeper than you might think. For years, dog lovers have sworn by it, that feeling of safety and warmth you get when your pup is nearby. And it turns out science is finally catching up to what we've known in our hearts all along. This isn't just a cozy feeling. It's a really powerful biological thing happening.
So, where did this big shift in understanding really come from? Well, it all started with a landmark study that quietly but completely changed how we see this everyday habit.
To get to the bottom of this, researchers at the University of Pennsylvania followed a bunch of dog owners for 9 whole months. Now, they kind of expected to find that, dogs were disrupting our sleep, but the data told a completely different story.
And here is the big one. This is the number that really made everyone sit up and take notice. Over 40% of the dog owners in the study said they slept better with their dog in the bed. Not the same, not worse, significantly better.
And we're not talking about a small fraction here. The slept better group was the biggest result by far. The study even pointed to the story of a woman who had chronic insomnia. Her sleep got dramatically better once her Labrador started snuggling with her at night. So this wasn't just about comfort, it was genuinely therapeutic.
Okay, so what is really going on here? It's so much more than just having a living, breathing teddy bear next to you. It's about a deep, instinctual connection that gets formed while you're both completely vulnerable and asleep.
Right at the heart of this bond is this powerful little chemical called oxytocin. Now, when you and your dog are close, both of your bodies release this hormone, which is tied to feelings of love and connection. And here's the most beautiful part. It's not just you. Your dog gets that same exact rush of oxytocin. That warmth you feel, it's scientifically mutual. Have you ever noticed this? It's so cool. As you start to drift off, your dog's breathing will often slow down and match yours. This is a powerful primal instinct. Out in the wild, pack members do this for safety. So when your dog does this with you, they're subconsciously telling you, "You are my family. I trust you completely." You have to remember, sleep is when a dog is at their most vulnerable. So by choosing to sleep right next to you, they're giving you the ultimate sign of trust. They're basically saying that with you, they feel safe enough to completely let their guard down. And that is an incredible honor. But the benefits don't just stop at bonding. Oh no, this nightly ritual has some really profound effects on your mental and even your physical health. It's like your dog has these secret superpowers you might not even know about. One of their best superpowers is their adaptability. You might have noticed that dogs are what's called diatonal flexible. It's a funny word, but it just means they can naturally adjust their sleep cycle to match yours. So even if they're naturally an early riser, they'll often shift their whole schedule just to be in sync with you, which means fewer disruptions for everybody. The calming effect is it's incredibly powerful. For people who are dealing with things like anxiety or PTSD, a dog's presence can be even more grounding than a weighted blanket. I mean, this quote from a combat veteran says it all. The steady, warm presence of his dog gave him a sense of security that finally allowed him to find peace at night. And the physical health benefits, they're just as stunning. A decade-long study found that dog owners were 30% less likely to die from heart disease, and part of the reason is that nightly closeness, which actually helps regulate your heart rate and lower your blood pressure while you sleep. Amazing, right? Now, this next one is a little counterintuitive. You might be worried about germs, right? Well, don't be. All those little microbes your dog tracks in from outside can actually act like an immune system boot camp for a child. It helps train their body to tell the difference between what's harmful and what's not, which can lower their risk of developing allergies and asthma later in life. Now, I know some of you are probably thinking, that's all great, but my dog prefers sleeping on the floor. And you know what? That is completely okay. If your dog doesn't jump into bed with you, I promise it is almost never a rejection. Let's talk about why. There are just so many reasons. Some dogs are naturally a little territorial and just feel more secure in their own designated spot. Others might be super sensitive to the smell of your laundry detergent or the texture of your sheets. Maybe they just get too hot. Or if they're getting older, joint pain from something like arthritis can make jumping up and down really difficult. It's all about their comfort, not about their love for you. So, if you'd like to encourage them to join you, how can you make your bed a more inviting space without, forcing the issue?
Let's go over a few gentle steps. First, just keep things clean. Regular bedding washes and good flea prevention make a big difference. Second, a nice little routine, like a good play session before bed, helps burn off that extra energy so they're more likely to want to settle down. Third, if they do hop up, reward them with calm praise, not a big exciting party, and most importantly, always respect their choice. If they jump down, you have to let them go. See, at the end of the day, it's all about trust. The goal is to make your bed a sanctuary, a safe space that they associate with comfort and security, a place they choose to be on their own terms. And that builds a way deeper bond than trying to force it. And that really brings us to this final thought, which I just love. When your dog chooses you, chooses to sleep beside you, it's not just about being comfortable. It's about safety and trust and a kind of love language that's written in silence and synchronized breath. It truly is an honor because not every heart gets chosen. So now we'd love to hear your story. Where does your best friend sleep? Are they a full-on cuddler who steals all the blankets, or do they prefer to stand guard from their own space at the foot of the bed? Let us all know in the comments below. From synced breathing to lower stress levels, sharing your sleep with your dog is such a powerful experience. If this helped you appreciate that incredible bond just a little bit more, make sure you subscribe to Love Dogs. We are always diving into the amazing science behind our relationships with our best friends. Thanks so much for watching.